The next segment, I have the privilege of introducing someone to you who is a very good friend of mine. The first time I had a chance to meet Danielle, I was a brand new judge, and she was a brand new public defender working in my courtroom. Danielle is one of the nicest individuals you will ever meet, and she's an individual who, if you know Danielle, you would know that tragedy should never happen to this individual. Unfortunately, it did, and Danielle is here today to share her story with you. So come on up, Danielle.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Danielle Ramirez, and I'm here to talk to you about how much pain that one person's selfish actions and poor choice to drink and drive under the influence of alcohol can cause so many people. Meet Michael David Ramirez. Michael was my firstborn son. He was born on March 6, 1992. Michael was a wonderful son to my husband, David, and I, and a loving brother to my youngest son, Andrew. Michael was funny, he was caring, and he was giving. He would give you the shirt off his back, and he wouldn't hurt a fly. Mike loved sports. He played baseball, soccer, and basketball, which was his favorite sport. Mike was like most teenagers. He loved playing video games. He liked listening to rap music, Mike Jones, Mac Dre, Keek the Sneak, just to name a few. He even liked watching SpongeBob SquarePants. Most of all, Michael loved his family, friends, and living life. Michael was 13 years old when he was killed by an off-duty police officer named Jason March, who chose to drink and drive under the influence of alcohol on that fateful day. May 31st, 2005 started out like any normal day in my then normal life. By 4:47 p.m., it would prove to be the worst day of my life. I woke up that morning and began getting ready for work. I told my youngest son, Andrew, to go wake up his brother for school. I finished getting ready, and as Andrew and I were leaving the house, I told Mike, "Get up, Mike. Have a good day, I love you." Michael said, "I love you too, Mom." Those were the last words I would ever hear my son speak to me. Michael would always call around 4:30 p.m. to let me know he had made it home safely. At 4:45, I became concerned because he'd not called me. I called Mike's cell phone. It went straight to voicemail. I called our house phone. There was no answer. I called Mike's cell phone again, straight to voicemail. I called our house again to check for messages. There was a message from my friend and my neighbor, Angie. She was hysterical and told me that I needed to call her on her cell phone right away because Michael had been hit. Hit? I thought. Did he get in a fight at the bus stop and somebody hit him? I called her cell phone, and at 4:47 p.m., my world came to a complete standstill. Angie told me that Michael had been hit by a car. I asked her, "Was he okay?" She said, "No, he was dead." I remember screaming, "No, no, no, not Michael." I called my husband, David, and I told him what Angie had told me. David told me to meet him at home. My friend Janine drove me home, and the whole ride home, it was like an out-of-body experience. I was there physically, but not emotionally. I think it's called being in shock and disbelief. Imagine being told that the closest person to you and one of the most important persons in your life had been killed, gone in an instant. The pain from Michael's death is sometimes unbearable.
There's not a day that goes by that I do not think about Michael, that I do not miss Michael, that I do not grieve for Michael, that I do not wish that I could see him, talk to him, and hug him. I sometimes go into his room and I touch his clothes and I imagine him wearing them. I look at his picture, remembering his smile. I wear his silver chain necklace because it makes me feel close to him, and it's one of the last things that he wore. Cherish every day that you have with your family and friends, because you never know what can happen. You may think that this could never happen to you. I know I did. But I'm living proof that tragedy can strike anyone at any time and when you least expect it. Please make good choices. You guys are at an age that you're going to experience peer pressure. We all have choices to make, and it's up to you to make the right ones. I am sure that Jason March did not mean to kill Michael. That was not his choice. What he did choose to do is to drink alcohol all day and then get into his car and drive, drunk. As a result of his poor choice, an innocent young man was killed merely getting off the school bus. The selfish act of one person can affect so many lives. My life and my husband's life will never be the same. We lost our firstborn son. My youngest son, Andrew, will never truly know his brother. Our parents lost their grandson. The world lost one of the most sweetest, loving, and caring human being. Almost 3 years later, my life is still not the same, nor will it ever be. You never get over it. You just get through it. The pain never goes away. It becomes manageable. If it wasn't for my husband, David, and my youngest son, Andrew, I wouldn't be here today. For them, I try to get up every day and make the best of my life as I now know it without Michael. All I have left are precious memories. Please cherish each moment that you have, and remember that each choice you make, good or bad, has consequences. Make the right choice. Thank you.